Good morning, everyone. There have been lots of questions which I saw in question and answer session about the career prospect of food technologist post COVID era. I think most of the answers has been given by Dr. Halde. There are lots of concerns, some worries in everyone, including me, including each and every person who is in this world now. Because we are in a very dynamic world. Only one thing I would like to say from my one of my book, uh, खुलने दो अपने हौसलों के गिरह को, खुलने दो अपने हौसलों के गिरह को, जिंदगी में मुसीबतें भी कहाँ एक साथ आती है. So you will face lots of challenges, and every time you will innovate to find the solution. And we are really. Can you hear me clearly? I Just if you can write in the chat box if you can hear me clearly.
We can hear you, sir. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you. Uh, so so the challenges will come, but it will not stay here forever. There is a famous Persian line which is converted into English as "This shall too pass." ये भी चला जाएगा. चाहे अच्छा मौसम हो, खराब मौसम, ये भी चला जाएगा. This everything will go. Just only thing which we need is to understand what we need from our life. Be focused. Be positive. So there are a few questions also which has been asked in question and answer session that what all are the work of a food technologist in the food industry. So Dr. Halde has very nicely talked about what are the scope of food technology in future. There is wide scope because we will be going towards more packed foods, more nutritious food, more food which will increase our immunity. Umesh sir has very rightly talked about how you can convert those opportunities into your business ideas. What I'm going to talk about, if you can't start your business, if you are into a food industry, what all skill sets you need to sustain yourself, to survive yourself in this rough time. Okay, next slide. Okay. When we are a student, we only think about food industry as a food technologist. Even someone even asked in the question answer session that that why in a food industry food technologists are given less importance than the marketing people. It is our perspective. It is our perspective whether we are given less importance or they are given less importance. I, I can say that we are everyone have their own contribution in a food industry. Based on the contribution, if everyone can get mute, that will be better. Everyone has their own contribution. Based on our contribution we are paid, and being paid doesn't equate equally to being recognized or getting respected in food industry. No, all are having their own contribution in this world. And this thing we have learned during COVID era. The most disadvantaged section of society were the sweepers, the hygiene people. Now see, during COVID we have understand their importance in running a society. Now we have started their respecting them. So we always try to equate salary with respect. First thing we need to forget it. It may be that marketing people may be getting, maybe I am saying maybe, it's not always true, maybe getting more salary than us, but doesn't mean that their importance is more in food industry than us. It is the kind of role they are doing, the kind of decision they are taking, because of which entire profit and loss of industry depends. That's why they are getting more salary. Okay, I have answered that question. Now coming back, what all professionals constitute in a food industry? It's not only a food technologist. Bear it with. This is a bitter truth. Food technologists are just a part of a food industry, and for the same job you will get lots of competitors also. So they are marketing, they are sales, they are legal team, quality, logistic, R&D, procurement, production, and regulatory team. Apart from that, there are many other team members who are directly and non indirectly impacts the food industry. Like I have missed finance, which I can see now. Now, can we get to the next slide? So out of this, these are the highlighted department where the food technologists are directly involved. It is production, quality, R&D, and regulatory. Can we go to the next slide? Now, apart from that, apart from that, there are some other departments like sales, legal, and procurement where food technologists have made their career. When I say sales, it is mainly techno-commercial sales, which is in the ingredient and flavors department. In legal, the people have made their career, BTech plus LLB, they have made their career in legal department. Procurement. There are many procurement things like commodity buying, ingredient buying. If we have more technical knowledge in that field and we can have some training in procurement, we can make our career in this department also. So in our so let's talk what all are the skill sets which are required in this department. Okay, can we go to next slide? Okay, let's talk about R&D and quality. So even in R&D, there are different departments. And when I'm saying this department, it may not be the right representation of all the industries. It depends on the size of industry, that depends on how big an R&D center is. Like I am working with Cadbury, which is a big R&D center in India. We have 175 people sitting in Thane in this big R&D center. Earlier to this, I was with Heinz, where we have only 12 people in R&D center. 12. Now I am working with a team with 175 people. So the structure of this R&D center will depend from the company to company, from the product portfolio of those company. So in R&D we have product development, packaging development, sensory scientists, analytical scientists, and nutrition specialists. Now, food technologists can become a product developer. They can become a sensory scientist. They can be part of analytical scientist. They can be part of nutrition scientist. In quality, we have plant quality, we have microbiologist, we have chemical analyst, we have quality auditing team, we have corporate quality team who makes the policies. And in quality, except microbiologist, I think everywhere person with food technology can join this department. Can we go to the next slide? Okay. Now, who all are your competitors? So if you have a food technology degree, doesn't mean that only food technologists are your competitors in getting that job. This is again a bitter truth. You should understand it. Reason is sometimes we become complacent. Yes, I have got a food technology degree. There is a food industry and they will hire me only. No, this is not the truth. In R&D, as I said, there are food technologies, there are packaging technologies. Even chemical engineers can join. Even chemistry or organic chemistry or biotechnology graduates can join, because a chemical engineer will join the process team. Organic chemistry team or chemistry graduate, they can join the analytical team. A biotechnology graduate, they can also join the product development team. So they are also their competitors. In quality departments, we have food technologists. Again, we have chemistry graduates, we have biotechnology graduates, we have microbiologists, and people with relevant experience. The relevant experience, this word I have kept as black or highlighted it in different thing. Reason being, people can join this department as they progress in their career. You may not have relevant degree, but with your experience in the industry, some people who have spent about 13 or 14 years in quality department, but they don't have any qualification in chemistry or in food technology, they can also become a senior person in that department. In production, for sure, it's not only food technologist, because Production is all about managing big machines, equipments. So mechanical engineer, chemical engineer, and even all chemistry graduates can also join there. So these are the people who are your competitors. So important takeaway from this is you have to be very competitive. You have to improve your skill sets. Every department have their own requirement of skill sets, and accordingly you have to train yourself, increase your knowledge based on your area of interest. In a person who is working in R&D, they have to be very good in analyticals. They have to be very good in the fundamental of food science. They have to be very good in learning all the things, but small portion. A good R&D professional cannot say that they will only create new product without knowing the industry, without knowing the machineries, without knowing the quality requirements, without knowing the regulatory. So they need to have in-depth knowledge of ingredient, but small knowledge of quality, production, machineries, equipments, regulatory, everything. A person in quality, they have to be very sharp in terms of policy adherence. They cannot do a kind of bypassing any system. They have to understand system thoroughly. They have to understand HACCP. They have to understand ISO regulations thoroughly, so that they can implement it. At the same time, they also need to understand product, a basic knowledge of product structure. Then only they can define the quality aspect of it. They should also have a good knowledge of machinery and industry, because they have to frame the quality system which will run on the machine, which will run on the line. Until unless they have good knowledge of it, they will not understand it. A person working in production, they have to be very good in understanding machineries. They have to be very good in managing people, because I started my career as a production officer in Nestle, and I was handling three lines of Maggi noodles, and I had to handle 150 people in a shift. So in a shift, if we have 150 people, and I was just fresh from the college, those people were very senior to me. Managing those people was very critical for me. Apart from that, was never exposed to machineries. So understanding machineries, that was also important for me. So in starting 3 months, I learned only to understand machineries and understand people behavior. And 3 months time, uh, I was able to stabilize myself in the industry. And even my boss used to say that now I'm settled. It's because not of my food technology knowledge. It was because the skill set which I developed in that industry, skill set related to people management, skill set related to the machinery management.